Hey guys, I'm Francesca Ezennolim and I'm here on Let Me Land podcast.
It's 1 a.m. I'm active. I'm just cooking up a mountain. All my jiggers relaxing.
Francesca, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Man, we got her on here first guest. How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited to have official caramel, one and only on here. Do you get me?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Thank you for inviting me as well.
Yeah, man, you're welcome.
How was the trip? What happened?
Yeah, it was
a lot, man. She was snoozing in the back of the seat.
I was so tired.
It wasn't looking good, man. Honestly.
And there was a car crash and there was bare traffic.
Yeah, there was a crash and everything. The crash didn't delay us, but it was just it was a lot. It was just there, in the middle of the road. In standstill traffic, you managed to crash. I'm not even joking. Standstill traffic, you managed to crash.
Happened, the car just crashed.
The car's just crashed, literally. I just wanna say, if you guys didn't know as well, Francesca's from London, but she moved to Manchester quite a while ago. So that is her home now. But she likes to claim London. Do you get me? But yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what was the transition like moving from London to Manchester?
Okay, so obviously I had been living in London for a while. So since I was really small to when I was in about year 10. So I feel like I already kind of knew myself. I knew who I liked. I knew who I was kind of, and my friendship group. So when I moved to Manchester, I was upset because I was like, all my boys are in London and then I'm here going how many miles away, 3 hours away to Manchester. It was quite hard at the time, but now that I look back at it, what my mum did, there's obviously a reason for it.
Yeah, 100. Now
that I'm older, I get it. I get the move. So it's sis owns a house, no mortgage, bought cash. So I do have to give it to her. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a black queen right there. That's a black queen right there.
So the difference was mad. I'm not gonna lie, because Manchester is a lot smaller than London. So it was a big difference, but I feel like I still kept that London part. Do you know what I mean? Because all my friends were still there, so it was I'm so used to being with them. I'd go back all the time and stuff like that. So most of my friends are still from London, but the move now I'm older. It's not that bad.
At the time, you were definitely on it there.
I was pissed.
The Jurassics.
I was crying. I was doing the most.
Yeah, one thing about people from London is
we love London.
You guys love London, yeah.
Literally, I never knew Manchester was a place. I never knew when I was in London. I never really thought, oh, Manchester's I kind of thought when I thought of Manchester, I thought of countryside.
Countryside's crazy.
Horses and stuff and goats.
Countryside's crazy.
Literally, I never thought city, but that was just silly.
One thing I want to ask though is, do you think the North is nicer than London in terms of do you think there's a rudeness to London? There's do you know what I'm trying to say?
Answer this question correctly, bro.
Don't get mad.
No, if I'm being honest, I actually think people in North were ruder.
Oh.
Literally.
I felt like she was going to say that, because there's something about...
I personally feel people in Manchester were more ruder, because, I don't know, when I came, I felt like the girls were just not as nice until you get to know them. So I feel like that whole rude thing is kind of a myth.
The reason what I get the rude thing from, I'm not saying that I think it's true. I do think it's true. Anyways, what I get it from, though, is, it's not necessarily that people are rude, but it's a self-centered world at the end of the day in central London, and I completely respect that. Everyone's got places to be, everyone's busy, but you can just feel you can feel the stress. In terms of an environment. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, it's so busy, it's so hectic, everyone's just dashing past each other, no regard for human life around you. I'm being real, and I'm not saying I'm not even saying it's a bad thing, because it's not character, it's just that's what you're used to. Yeah. Especially when you're busy, you're not going to care about anyone else anyways. And that's what central London obviously is. It's going to be busy.
In that part, I get what you're saying, in an environmental way. London is just everyone's on their own. No one cares about you, really. So in that way, yeah. But in terms of specific people, that when you go to secondary school and stuff, I've thought Manchester was a little bit ruder.
Please, at the end of the day, we're not going to act like London is a happy place. Bro, the economy there is
it's crazy.
But how were people rude to you?
Fighting.
I wouldn't say rude. I just saw stuck up, kind of. But honestly,
did you think that they thought you were stuck up?
Yes, probably. So that's
probably why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a city thing. I feel like it's just a black girl thing. Like,
Mm.
so they all good. Everyone's gonna act like, especially if you see a pretty black girl come to your school. Of course, if you was, I don't blame you. So
Yeah, I
obviously,
hear
and I
it,
feel like
yeah.
that would have been the same in London as well.
Yeah,
so I feel
yeah.
like
To be
it's
fair,
just a black
even
girl.
even if you was the new girl in school in
Exactly.
London, you'd have felt the same type of thing. Cities in the north, I'd say Birmingham's a little bit, but they don't. The central doesn't act as a central the
Yeah,
same way
okay.
that central London does
Yeah,
driving.
yeah, I get
It's
what
just
you're
you're going to town, you're going to city centre, you're going to go do your shopping, cool. But it's like, in terms of the business environment to it of, oh, I'm going to work, it's not,
Yeah.
doesn't give that same effect. Do you get me?
No,
So
I do get what you're saying.
But that's the
Yeah.
whole point. Central London is there for people to work. Like,
Yeah,
let's be
yeah,
frank.
yeah,
Nobody's living outside of. Nobody lives in Central London full time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to raise their kid there. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you go there for work purposes, and then
You're
like, if that's why everybody's even rushing there. Everybody's rushing to get out.
I think it's that you
Nobody's
get off
trying
the
to be
tube,
there.
yeah. Someone's
Yeah.
already annoyed you on the tube
People
now.
are ready
Yeah.
to go.
It stinks.
Yeah.
People are angry. There's an argument that's probably happened.
People are
Yeah.
doing
You're running late. Like, there's just a lot going
People
on.
are doing
man,
their
like.
9 to 5, which turned into a 9 to then 9.
Yeah.
But
And
even
it's
after
you.
seeing
You
all
think
that,
they
everyone's
should
still
smile at
chasing.
you on the street.
What?
What?
I see Central London as, you know, Lagos, how there's
Hey.
the traffic. You know, the traffic and the sun makes people in Lagos angry. That's Central
Yeah,
London.
I hear it. I hear
Like,
it.
that's
I
what I
hear
can
it.
compare it
Yeah.
to. Like,
Everyone's rushing around. Like, everyone's like
everyone's
doing their
doing
own
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's messy, but
It's
Just
messy.
in your own
everyone
world,
still
you know.
chases that lifestyle though. That's what's funny about it. Like, even though I'm saying all these like things that cause people to stress and that, and ignoring everyone, but everyone still wants it. Like,
That's
a
what
lot
the
of
money
people
is.
want it in terms of like, oh, I still want to work in London. You guys still want to not drive to work, but you want to get on the train. And it's like, it's not that you want to, but like you don't mind. It's like
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
so normal for you. To me, it's a compromise that I do, obviously depending on the money in that. But to me, it's crazy to have to rely on public transport for work every day.
Every day, I get that.
Like,
Well, because
it's
you have to
just
see
long.
that will pay a serious billion.
Yeah, that's
to
the thing
park
because
outside.
the congestion charge and that.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
That's
And even some of the streets you can't park properly. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Well, there's
it's
nowhere to park even if there wasn't a congestion
And
charge.
the
That's
buses,
the thing.
and
So
the buses, sorry, the way some of these buses are driving in Central, if you park, your car will get crashed.
Your car, it will.
Your car will get crashed. Your car will
I've
actually
already
get
had a
crashed.
taste of that,
So,
man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Your
No,
car
it's
will
not
just get
sweet.
crashed.
Yeah, it's not nice, man. In
Yeah.
London, like you don't have a spot. You just know a spot where you can pay. That's the best you're getting.
That's
like,
the
all
best
you
you're
know.
that's the best you're
Yeah.
getting.
I was gonna say basically. So obviously you went into Manchester.
Yeah.
And for those of you guys that don't know, Francesca has a YouTube or has a
Yeah, I
YouTube
do
channel.
have, yeah,
You
I
have.
have.
Yeah.
Haven't been on for a bit,
Yeah,
but
it's been a
Yeah,
minute.
it's
been a minute. You get me?
But yeah, I just wanted to know like how did that start? What did you what pushed you to do YouTube and then go onto that?
Okay, fair. Good question. So,
I feel like I put you on the spot a little. You're
yeah,
like, oh.
obviously, when I was in, like I finished secondary school, and I used to always watch like Nella Rose, Adiola Patron. Like for me, those were like the people I'm like,
Yeah,
these lot are so cool, and I love the way like I say like the personality I saw on like Nella's channel. I was like, this is just so me, like. Her vibe, I just loved it, and I felt like I wanted to like bring me onto YouTube.
Yeah.
And like every time I buy clothes, I was those girls that record and be like, oh, so guys, I bought
To this
And-
day.
To this day.
To this day.
I'll be on my Snapchat like, oh, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't even have a channel at that time, but I felt like I was really attracted to the whole like YouTube and recording
Yeah.
yourself
Okay.
kind of
Bringing
thing.
your experiences to life,
Exactly.
yeah, showing people what's going on.
Exactly. And when
Yeah,
I was
I hear
seeing
it.
other people that look like me, it's like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah,
Stuff like
I hear
that.
it, yeah.
So I started off with like my iPhone 6. I was recording up on that. I bought,
Shout out
like,
to people that had an iPhone
iPad.
6, man.
Literally, I was grinding. Like me and my friend Anibi, like we was really doing it. Like so I started my channel on my own. And yeah, I was just recording like little videos here and there, and like yeah, that was doing well. Like I actually enjoyed recording, and like each time I recorded, I built like my camera comfortability, and
Yeah.
I've always been comfortable around the camera.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
if you film me, honestly, I'll be there ready.
You're ready, yeah,
I'm
literally.
ready, and I
Yeah.
always cared about how I do look on the camera. Like
Yeah.
even picture day, trust me, I'm doing a
Yeah,
lot.
I
Like,
hear it, I hear
so
it.
I felt like recording myself and just. For me, I found it fun. Like,
Yeah, like, I think I think recording. I've been like that to an extent, like
yeah.
in terms of like YouTube and things, and like recording myself, like anything, snap. I don't mind in it. Like I'm
Yeah.
there, like
Yeah.
Not that I'm a face man or anything. That's this guy, innit? But obviously, I like to. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of vlogging, like in terms of just letting people know what you're doing.
Like your experiences.
And it's like, and it's not even about like, oh, having a massive following. It's just about the people that want to know, you can know. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, stuff like YouTube is a way where organically people that are just interested are going to just slowly.
Exactly. And I felt like people could be interested in videos I make. And I went to people, because the way I looked at Nella, I was like, I love this girl. And I wanted that for me. Like, I wanted other girls to be like, I love Francesca. I love that for you. Like, I wanted her, you know what I mean? Like, so that was what I felt drives me to go on YouTube. And every time I filmed, I loved it and I loved it more. And when I filmed my first video, I showed it to my mum and she was like, you're actually so comfortable in the camera. Like, just naturally, like I already had that bit, you know? Yeah,
it comes natural for some people still.
No, I like that. I like the fact that your mum actually like, she watched the video and then she told you that, you're good at
like
this.
My mum watches.
That was some good motivation still.
Exactly. She watches all my videos. And she's probably going to be watching this podcast right now. Like, she's watching all my videos.
Shout out Mumsy.
Literally, shout out Mumsy.
Because I feel like there are a lot of like creators out there whose like parents like don't really know or understand or like even the word like support what's going on, or they'll just see it and be like, oh, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? And I think it's crazy because I think that's something that can like stunt a lot of like creators, like and their growth and then their determination, their like strive to this, because a lot of people could have been in completely different positions as to where they are right now had they just like had that support, or if they weren't thinking about like, oh, what's my parents gonna think? Oh, do you know what I mean? So I think that is that.
It is nice. Exactly. And I did like, I remember the first video I did with my mum was opening GCSE results.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of my early videos, and I said I really want to have my channel before my GCSE results. So we literally came back from Spain. Like, literally on the day we got back, we drove to my school and we recorded the video in the car. Like, so she's been supporting me for time, and she'll be checking my views. Like, oh, she'll message me, oh my gosh, your views on this, that, this. So that would motivate me. You know? And then obviously I would do like videos with my mum. I did like a pregnancy prank on her. And
I saw that one.
She went to the shops and she got noticed, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're Official Caramel's mum. And she was like,
no way,
dead ass. Like,
that's crazy.
So obviously she's hyped. Like, people are recognizing her on the street.
Yeah, it was like, my daughter's a celebrity.
Exactly. So every time I got like some sort of recognition, or my mum got recognition, which was weird. Like, I felt like that.
Mum getting recognition is crazy.
That's
because it's one thing for them to know about you, but it's another for them to know that that's your mum.
Exactly. All of
a sudden, your mum can't even go to Tesco's no more.
Exactly. And I felt like it was like, I love the fact that people can admire someone so much and ask for like, oh, I want advice from this person because I look up to them, and that's what I wanted to be for other like black girls and any girls in general. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear it. Why did you end up in Reading though? Why did you end up in Reading?
I feel like obviously I was always school orientated, and I always aspire for the best. Like, so I've always wanted to do like medicine, and you know, all of like I was always focused on medicine. And when I was applying for that, and I felt like I wasn't getting results that I wanted, and like I felt like I had to try so hard to prove myself in a place where I just in the medical field. I just felt like that was so draining and stuff like that. So it like applying for medicine and wanting to do that was really draining for me. And originally, I never wanted to be in Reading. I never even thought about Reading. I was looking at like Birmingham and Manchester.
Not the Birmingham. That's a Birmingham.
Manchester, like Leicester and stuff like that. I was never looking at Reading. So when I was applying for medicine, I'd always wanted to do medicine up until the point of my results day, A-level results day. Like, and then when I didn't get into any of my medicine applications, which I can happily say now, honestly, when I didn't get into medicine, I was like doing up the most. I was crying, theatrical. But yeah, afterwards I declined all my options, and honestly at that point, like I just trusted God, because I felt like everything I want to do, I want it to be in line with what God wants me to do. And if for me, there's always a point in your life you get to where it's like, you cannot do nothing apart from saying, God, please help me. Like, so that was the point where I was like, God, you're gonna have to help me here. Like, I can't do this for myself. And at that point, I declined all my options and I applied for Reading to be a physician associate. And I literally got in like 3 days after. So everything worked out in my favour, and I'm genuinely happy that I actually did apply for Reading and to be a physician associate.
And when I was going to visit you, I was thinking, like, it looked like, because it was a ghost town.
Bio, man.
Respect
it. Respect it, man.
Nobody was there. Like, the fact that, like, You go to uni, it's empty.
What time of year was it?
August, bro. So like McKinley's empty, Park Bar's empty.
And like you're not seeing, if you're not seeing black people, like
That's
you're,
another thing.
I was
That's
sitting there,
already-
I was thinking, so who am I gonna see here?
Do you
But
get
obviously,
it?
fast forward a few months later, all of us man are running through Park Bar, running up and down McKinder. So it's just like, it was such a contrast because and every time that was happening, I was sitting there thinking, wow, like remember back 2 months ago, this place was empty.
Yeah, you man
And
were
now
running
all
it
you
up
man are
early
here.
as well, like the way that you guys were all linking up. Obviously, I wasn't in the picture till later on, as we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys were doing up link ups, and really fighting for the blacks early.
Yeah,
you get
fighting
me?
for the blacks
As you
early.
should.
And
As
now
you
fast
should.
forward a year, bang, ACS president and vice president.
Literally. Exactly.
Crazy.
And like now, like Reading's actually calm. Like I'm genuinely happy I actually came to Reading, and it wasn't even my first choice. Like something I declined all my other options for, and they gave me on the spot. Like, I
Just
felt
like that,
was
man.
good. And now me and Daniel I'm vice president. He's
I'm ACS president.
So like obviously we're just rooting for the blacks, and I feel like Reading's getting more black as like each year. Like there's more
100,
black students, and it is like nice. It's a nice community. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you glad you guys became president and vice president?
Yeah, I feel like if we weren't running, like who was really gonna be?
do it?
Yeah.
Controversy.
Listen, this is even a controversial thing because if we take it back to April 2022, Francesca did an all-white party, for a charity. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she
Me
was
and Francesca
even
were
that bang
running
right there.
that
literally.
charity thing up. Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
So-
Francesca called me, I'm giving her the advice.
It
I'm
was- it
telling
was-
her like, let's do this. So
Events
Yeah.
organizers in the making.
In the
partnership was
making.
already
We're
making
there.
enough sense.
And I feel like in the uni, everyone already kind of knew us, so it was
Yeah.
like to be vice president, president just
It made sense.
Yeah, you guys obviously debate people. Do you get me? Like I said, it's an honor to live with debate people. Do you know what I'm saying? Campus influencers, campus influencers
Not the
for real.
campus influencers.
No,
You know, like how your mum was getting approached, I get approached. It's like, oh, I swear you're president's friends. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't mind though.
No, lit. That's lit.
I don't mind. You get me?
And even the fact that we lived together just made everything so much easier in terms of
Yeah,
the planning
literally.
and the organising things.
Yeah.
It's been very, very dramatic so far.
Dramatic.
But it's been fun though.
Yeah, it
I would do
has.
it again. Like
Yeah.
if I could.
Has it felt like pressure or anything?
I feel like we got a good team and we have good leaders. One thing, if you want a team to run well and you want to have your job easy, you need to have a good lead.
Yeah.
Like that's why we're here. So I feel like if your leader's good, the job will be smooth for everybody. You know, like that's how it runs. I think. So I feel like the pressure isn't that much when we're all working together, when everyone's actually doing what they're supposed to do.
I think it's just like having a clear vision as well.
Yeah,
Like,
of what you
if
want.
you have those people at the, as long as two people at the head of like the thing have their clear vision and they know what to do, they know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Everybody else agrees, then it's literally all just about making it happen.
Obviously, I do Instagram. I kind of just like produce content on the side. I'm obviously a uni student. Yeah, I have also a uni like page where I just talk about my course because now I'm a physician associate student. I'm like the biggest PA ambassador. Like I'm like.
To be
team
fair, I didn't
PA.
even heard of the course
That's
till
what
I
I'm
met
saying.
you.
And
Like,
you're
literally.
gonna, if I'm in this course, everybody's gonna know about it. And I'm like the biggest PA advocate. Like I'm not gonna lie. And I also do some TikTok, but not really as much. And I was on YouTube, which I've kind of like slowed down a lot more, purely because of like time purposes and just like my degree is really demanding. But I do feel like I do want to come back one day, but just not right
Not
now.
the one day.
Just sometimes here and there.
Here and
Like
there.
this is why I make appearances. I want to make more appearances on like podcasts and stuff like that. I feel like it is quite nice.
You've got your hand in a couple cookie jars, innit?
a couple.
That's just a few.
Just a few.
don't
Like, I don't know. Do you know like how your attention just caught by anything?
Caught by anything.
Yeah, literally, that's similar to me, innit? Because so many
Yeah.
different things will interest me, and I'm like, I should try that.
Yeah.
And then that's what happens.
And I feel like you over time you learn that like you actually cannot handle 1 million things at once. And if I could handle 1 million things at once, I would do it.
Trust me, she
But
would.
that's literally
That's maybe not me.
Trust
innit?
me,
That's
she
why
would.
I
we know
have
that
to,
that's
like,
you though. Yeah.
That's why I had to cut stuff out because I was like, girl, like you're doing a lot. Like you cannot be doing 10 things and you want 10 things to be perfect.
Yeah.
You might as well do 5 and do 5 perfectly, you
100,
know. So that's the kind of mindset I had when it comes
it's
to
an
dropping
important
things.
thing to learn.
Exactly.
Like for me,
and I
to
only learned that
ages.
recently. So
Especially when you're battling a degree.
exactly
Yeah,
the degree
battling.
it's warfare.
mental, physical, spiritual,
Every single way.
Every
Like,
type of warfare under the sun
the pressure is getting worse. Honestly,
Every
nah,
single
man,
day,
nah,
like,
it's not a joke.
No, it's actually not a joke at all.
Oh man, but I always the thing is about having your hand in all these different things is you run out of steam quick with so many different ones because then you're like, oh, what's the next thing? And
What's the
like,
next
if you
thing,
hit
yeah.
a stump, sometimes it can be like, oh,
It's
long.
really draining.
Let me just fling everything away.
Yeah,
That's me.
literally.
A dramatic, just dramatics. Like
What do you think is your biggest motivator?
my biggest motivator. I think I always think about how I see myself. I'm always looking at what I want to be, like the future me. Like for example, I'm thinking about I want to graduate and I want to work in A&E, or I want to be able to know how to do this or do that. So I remember what do I want at the end. That's what gets me through uni. When I remember what I'm going to be at the end, when I remember like what I want, I feel like always seeing what I want to be helps me through the journey, because the journey can seem so daunting in different aspects. I feel like if you do remember what you want, it will help you a lot. So I think that's my biggest motivator. Like, and also having people around me as well, having people around me that like push me and like, okay, you know what, you're actually doing well in this. Like people around you that actually notice what you're doing and like, wow, like this thing you're doing is good, because sometimes you don't even realize like, damn, like I've actually done that. Like so
your tribe around you makes a massive difference.
But if everyone around you's a bum, you too will
It
be
is
a
what
bum.
you did. Come
You're
on now.
gonna be a bum. Like,
Aye, yo, the
No,
attack.
It's true though.
I
It's
better look
true.
into the camera when you say that.
No, it's true.
Better look into the camera when you
If
say
the
that.
people you're around are bums, most likely 99.99% you're gonna be a bum. And I feel like that's why you need to have people around you who are like striving, like, you know.
And it's not the people that are going around flaunting, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
No.
Some days work undercover.
Yeah.
Work behind the scenes.
It's not everything you have to say.
Like, I agree. No, I agree in it. But how big are you guys on like the whole like evil eye thing and not sharing your success and things like
if
that?
I haven't completed something yet, I'm not gonna go out there and say I've done this. It's because one thing, like,
Yeah, you can't
God
say
will
you've
spin
done
that
it because you
block.
have.
No, but what I'm saying
But
is,
like say that you're in the process
I'm not in the
of doing
like.
it.
I'm not
Right,
saying maybe
right.
I'm in the process of
I
nothing
thought
until it's done.
do you feel like that's because of the evil eye, or do you feel like that's just like
I don't even think. I just
You just
feel
don't
like
want to look like a failure if you don't.
It's not even that part, and I just feel like, you know, like when you say that you're doing something, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, like I'm doing it, but then it's just like, if that doesn't work out, you've gone and told everybody now. Then it's like when they ask you questions, it's just like, and on top of
people
that,
want
and
to
I feel
follow
like-
up as well. Yeah.
And I feel like in certain things, it's kind of just like, cool. If you told everybody that you're doing this, and then I don't know why, but I feel like it can kind of breed room for like complacency, especially if everybody's like gassing you up about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I haven't even.
Facts.
Let's say I've done the application. I've told you, look, I'm doing the application. I get to the next stage. You look are like, oh my god, yeah, I'm here. But it's like, wait, I haven't.
Nah,
made
but
it
yeah,
yet, so
things
I'm
like
not
applications
there.
to me is a bit
I'm
too
not
wild
there.
to be shared.
Yeah.
with
I'm
everybody.
not there yet, so I just feel like certain things you just can't. Like, it's not everything that you must go and
Yeah.
say. I had one friend here that would just be like, you have me on the phone from. Why am I on the phone with you from 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. in the morning? Do you know what length of time that is? 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning, you're talking to me about your life. The minute I say something about my own, it's like, it's just
transactive, friendship.
Which is, you're not saying nothing. It's just like, why? So why are me and you talking?
Why are we talking?
As if you're their therapist, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, like that's what it was. The friendship was very much like
I haven't
need
experienced that
therapy for
personally.
me.
Wait, say that again.
As I haven't experienced that personally.
Oh.
Nah, that
Praise
whole
God.
therapist, that whole therapist friend is just crazy. Like, just because that's all you really like wanted for me to hear what's going on in your life. But the minute I let you know that something's going on in their mind, it's just like, oh.
Yeah. The type of people like I just feel like I pay no attention to. I don't have the time.
But would you be surprised if someone like that turned around and went, "Oh my god, I didn't even realize I was doing that. Oh no, I'm so sorry." Do you know what I'm saying?
No, like, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's like, for me, I just feel like that's just a lie. I just don't get how. I just don't get how you
said
can't
that's a lie?
see the slight like
Nah, here it is.
evil you're doing. Like,
Nah,
I just,
I'm
for me,
serious.
I'm just gonna
Evil's
air you.
crazy.
Evil was the best word. I'm just gonna air you, man. I'm not gonna take you seriously. Honestly, I'm not.
Do you believe in following your passion?
Regardless.
100%. Because there's a reason you have that passion. How comes you don't have a different passion? But that passion is you're just so rooted for it.
Yeah, but passion doesn't have to be ride or die necessarily. Like, oh, since I was able to walk, I've needed to do gymnastics. It doesn't have to be on that level. Do you get me? Passion can just be as simple as like ever since I got into this sport or activity or instrument, I've wanted to be one of the best, or just take it to the next level, or just be better than people at it. But it's never to the point where it's taking up most of your day, for example.
Like for me, when I think of passion, I think of something I love doing, and that's what I'm doing. Like I can't, like it's not.
Yeah, I get you.
For example, you have a passion for your course, or you want to be something, and you're really passionate about that thing, and you go for it.
Do you think you're passionate about being a PA?
Yeah, 100%.
When did you realize you were passionate?
I realized I was passionate about healthcare in like just as a whole when I was like probably like starting of probably year 8. Let's say year 8. I kind of knew I wanted to like be in the whole caring role. So that was a passion I had. And that's why each time I was striving for it. Like I made sure I got the best GCSEs, and I did. I made sure I went to A-levels, and I'm working hard. So for me, that's passion, and I'm following that. So literally, I was following it. I kept looking. This is what I want. This is what I want. Yeah, at the end of the day, it ended up that what exactly specifically I wanted wasn't what I got, but it was in the same path. It's just still the same medicine. It's still the same. You know what I mean?
I know you. I get you. I hear you. I hear you.
Because how comes you have a passion for something else and I don't have that passion? So why wouldn't you follow what you're do? Yeah, and I feel like passion comes from God. You don't just get passion randomly.
I think the main reason people don't though is money wise. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like sometimes people may think their passion is impractical? Or like
yes.
Right.
You think you've got the? Obviously, it's hard to say because it's not your passion.
Yeah, of course.
But do you think you've got the heart to go full time into something that you know doesn't pay well unless you're the very best? Do you think you've got that grit?
I think
because a lot of people don't in it because it's like you can love something but you just don't think it's worth it.
No, I genuinely feel like if you believe that you can be the best and you can do what you can do, like I feel like if you're gonna follow your passion, you need to believe that you can be the best at what you can do. Because generally, if you don't think you can be the best, it's not gonna work out. Like even before you lot came here, I was watching a video about from like Michaela Cole in it. I don't know if you guys know her. She's in she did Chewing Gum. She did that show called I May Destroy You on BBC3. It's a comedy on Channel 4. Okay. And she did a drama called I May Destroy You on BBC3. Like you should watch it. It's a really good one. And she's gonna be in the new Black Panther movie coming up tomorrow.
Seen that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually.
But yeah, so at one point, she writes her own shows. So she wrote Chewing Gum and she wrote I May Destroy You. And those have been picked up by Channel 4 and BBC3. But before all of that, she was sleeping in her car. Do you know what I mean? She was working at Topshop, JD, all of these things in it. And it's like, she believed in herself. Like, bro, like, when I write my stuff, it's going to be the best thing out there. And I believe that she's gone from that now to now doing all of these things that I've just said. And it's like, you have to personally believe that within yourself that, yeah, cool, it's going to be peak at the start, but you're going to become that guy at the end if you know that you have talent within yourself. And the thing is, it's not even about knowing that you have talent within yourself. It's about knowing you have the talent and then working on it, making it work.
Because everyone in this world probably has something that they're either doing what they really want to do or they'd rather do something else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's certain jobs that no one would really rather do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying. And I heard what you said about if you feel like your passion doesn't pay well.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
And I feel like that's why a lot of people don't do what they genuinely want to do.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't see life like that because there's a reason why you're meant to do something. That's what I personally think. And I feel like life isn't always about money and how much I'm making. I'm not saying I like the sweet things in life. Like I'm not saying like
material girl. We have a material girl in the building.
I love the sweet things in life, like of course. But I know, like, there's obviously easier ways to make money. Like, for me, I feel like there's always an easier way to make money. So why go through this whole thing to get, and you're not making that much money. I feel like passion is, I feel like, okay, the thing you're passionate about has to somewhat be practical, and then somewhat you actually want to do that. Because I personally feel like there's a reason you're in the world, and I feel like if you're following just money, I feel like you won't get the same fulfillment. Like, that's why I love like healthcare and medicine and stuff. And I know, for example, when I graduate, I can make more money, for example, working in private care. I can make more money going to America, and people are paying me for everything I do. But I'm not doing that. I'm most likely going to be working in the NHS because I have a passion for healthcare, and for those who haven't got that much access to it, for those who don't have like the facilities, they don't have the money, they don't have that. And why can't I be the best where people can have good access to healthcare? You know what I mean? That's what I see as like, I can make more money in this aspect, but I feel like it just removes the whole idea of healthcare, it removes the whole passion side of it, and it removes the whole care side of it, because you're not being attentive for example, the people who can't access private healthcare. So that's what I see as, like, I can make more money in this, but I'm gonna do this because of this. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
It may not get me paid as much as I want it to be, but I feel like that also comes with like multiple sources of income and stuff. Like healthcare is not only gonna be my
I was gonna get onto that. That's the thing, because I was gonna say, do you
do?
think you'd still do it if it was significantly below the national average, like salary?
Yeah, I would.
Because you'd know that you'd make money other ways as well, innit? And that's one thing I was gonna say, just because like I think if something that you wanna do and put a lot of your time into doesn't pay that well, but you are concerned about making money as well, then you're either gonna put more work in to get more money through other things, or you just don't care enough.
No, see, I care enough for the money.
we know.
Like, I would be real. Like, I'm like, just because I'm in healthcare, I'm a businesswoman. Like, I like to make money. Like, who does not like to make money? Like,
that's a strong backing right there.
No, I do. So I feel like, multiple sources of income. But if we're talking about passion, I feel like I feel like everyone nowadays has multiple sources of income. So why not follow your passion? For me, I'm not going to be dragging myself every morning, going to a job that I'm not even getting fulfilled from. And I'm getting money, but I'm not getting fulfilled from, and I hate going there. I feel like it just removes the whole idea of
life. Like, that's the best way to say it. Life. Like,
I was going to say life. I was like, let me not do
that's a bit dramatic, but I know what you mean.
Like, your whole
especially
life.
when you clock these things from young.
I'm dragging my handbag down the street, like, I don't want to go to work. And all because of I'm going to make money. I feel like, is that it? Like, I feel like there should be more to it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say to people, if you're going to do a degree, I beg you, do what you want to do.
This is what I said.
I'm praying, like, anybody,
I've been
please
saying this.
do what you want to do. Stop doing
Just
stop doing what random stuff that you don't even want to do. I feel like it just removes the whole idea of it. And I feel like people who are passionate about something, they could not be the smartest in that area, but at the end, you're gonna see a difference. Someone who's passionate and someone who's there for the money.
So I was basically saying how she feels like, why do boys have braids in 2022? Braids.
Oh.
As a man, why do you have braids, plaits, twists, or
So I wanted to know.
It's giving, no, but I feel like it's giving like African auntie. That comment for me is giving African auntie.
Do you feel like past a certain age?
Yes, past a certain. Yeah, so obviously she may be like 30 or something. I feel like if you're literally touching 30, take it off. Because why? Like, personally, obviously I don't mind it. I think it's calm. So I think the woman who's saying that is clearly older, or she's an African auntie. Like, that's what I'm thinking. But I do think past a certain age, you shouldn't just, I feel like, cut their hair. Like, maybe just...
Should, or it's your preference?
It's... okay, I can't even say the word, but I feel like just to look more like mature. Like, I think most
cane rules, locks, all of them. No,
like, what do you mean? Like, I shouldn't, like, locks I don't like. Wait,
no, I'm saying like in terms of all long hair, like cane rules, locks.
Yeah,
because I'd understand a bit more like I can see the youth and stuff for like twists.
Yeah,
and,
okay, maybe like
braids.
dreadlocks is more mature. But I
yeah.
feel like most guys who have been doing like cornrows and like twists and stuff like that always end up shaving their hair off anyways.
Most likely.
Having,
I'm
like,
just
a
trying
low
stuff out.
fade.
Like,
yeah,
literally.
like I feel like as you're young, you said like you're just trying out new
I'm
things.
literally just trying stuff out.
So you have like a low fade and all of that. Like I feel like that's same with girls, like black girls anyways. I was doing up, like I feel like back then when we was in secondary school, people were doing up pink, green, yellow, blue wigs, like different colours. No, I had like pink. Yeah. I had pink, like my friend had purple, I've seen green, like so I feel like it was more like trying out things. But nowadays, like now I'm getting older, I'm loving the whole black curls. Black long hair, curls, you know, stuff like that.
But it's
so
not
like
that deep, is it? If you do want to, it's not deep, is it?
I don't see it as that
like,
serious.
like, would you think it's deep, for example, if an older woman green her?
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Okay, I don't think it's that bad. Like, I feel like whatever you do, just like you're gonna just know. Make sure you suit it. Like, look good.
Own it, man.
Yeah, own it. Like, look good in what you do. But I feel like as you get older, most likely you go to the more simple things, like the black hair, the, blonde. Sometimes
Yeah, some people are just extravagant all life.
Yeah,
I hear it though.
Yeah, if you can, you suit it, do you? Do you?
I hear it,
but in terms of the boy hair, like. I don't mind the whole braids and stuff like that, but once we're getting married, I feel like, or like you're just getting older. I feel like just take it off. Yeah, because just it could. I feel like anyways. I feel like guys will do that. I feel like would you have your braids in for that long? I feel like
nah, personally, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot. I feel like a lot of guys do that anyways.
Yeah, most guys will
take it off.
adhere to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to think as well. Our generation could do things differently. You've got to remember that. You got to remember that our age range is a very specific age range in terms of the way that they're moving, the way that the decisions they're making.
Yeah, one thing about our age range.
And they don't care. Do you know
what
I'm saying? And as they shouldn't. Like, do you know what I mean? Do your own thing. Do you get me? So you might start to see by the time we're getting to them 30s that there are a lot more people 30 plus that have their hair long, and it's normal. Do you know what I'm saying? And you might not even have the same opinion as you do now.
It's true. We'll see. We'll see. But I do.
She's like, as for me and my husband.
As for me,
my husband,
he gonna take it off.
Nah, wait. That's even another thing. Speaking of husbands, so I saw this video, and it was this woman. She's on Instagram live in it.
Yeah.
So imagine. Let me just set you just know. So imagine you're like. About to get married, innit? You're a content creator, but you're also a PA. Praise God.
Yeah.
Amen.
Praise God.
Praise God.
You forgot the businesswoman as well.
Oh yeah, of course. The money's coming through. Where do you think your case on? Where do you think your case on Instagram are coming from? But yeah, so you've got a case on Instagram now. You're on Instagram Live, and it's a couple like months before your wedding. You turn the camera now, yeah, and your dress is in the back. It's been there for a good 10 minutes. Bear in mind your case. We're talking 3K people are watching you right now. Yeah. Your wedding dress is in the back and everybody can see it.
Well, whilst I'm doing
As in, yeah.
I'm doing Instagram live.
Instagram live. 3K people are watching you. Your wedding dress is in the back.
When's the wedding?
Next month.
And people have seen it. And have they seen it properly?
Bro, it's out, but it's out on the hinge and everything.
We're gonna have to change the dress.
Yeah, I expected that.
Change the dress. Because what? 3K?
But imagine changing your dress a month before the wedding. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's tight. It is tight.
But
and imagine if you felt like that was your dream dress.
I'll be honest, I'll be looking for a new one, but
you might not make it happen.
I would be annoyed, but I'll be looking for a new dress. Like, don't get me wrong, but if I can't find it, I'll film it. Or maybe I'll make a tweak in the dress.
Because imagine, that's your dream dress.
That's my dream. I would try and make like a tweak in the dress, because why are you seeing the dress before? Like, no.
I hear it though.
But if you said like my husband saw it,
hey, what would you do then?
The chances,
I'm returning the dress.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah, I hear that though.
100%. What is the point?
Nah, what's the point?
We might have not done the wedding.
What? Imagine he saw it and he said he didn't like it.
Well, that's already another reason. I'd be fuming already.
I'll be mad. Yeah. I'll be very
because you thought that was pinpoint and he said I didn't like it anyway. Like that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. If you know what's good for you, you better keep your mouth quiet.
I think it's better
because that's crazy.
Lie. It's better lie.
On that note, that's been us. Let me land, and we've been here with Francesca.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.
I'm just looking up for my thing. I'm in the mood.